All right. Hey, everybody. How was your
Morning.
week? Weekend.
Right?
All right. Who wants to share some good news? Who wants to share some good news? We got a couple of, one or two people that are coming in they've only been in a couple of times. Markia Smith is new to the Market Center
Good
and new
morning.
to the productivity coaching program. Let's all give her a hello. I like that piece of art in the background there.
Thank you.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hey. Hi, Markia.
Hi.
Has been in the business a handful of years. She's coming over most recently from Coldwell Banker. So let's be supportive and helpful and friendly like always. And Marquis, you got a great group here to help you grow and support you. So congratulations on making it official and welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Okay. In just a minute, I'm going to ask some questions. Today's going to be really interactive, okay? Because we're going to talk about what makes us each unique, okay? And the way that we can incorporate that into our presentations and into our conversations with clients. You know, there's 40-something thousand real estate agents out there, right? So a consumer, we know that the consumers, according to NAR, 70% of the time, and it's a little higher, it's like 72% of the time for sellers, will only interview one agent. Okay, what that means is that if you happen to be the first person that gets an opportunity to meet with them, right, then 70% of the time that business is yours. It's pretty reassuring, especially for somebody that's relatively new in the business, right? You're not going to be going against the top performer every single time. Okay, so what do we know? Number one, we have to not blow it when we get the appointment. And secondly, we have to get the appointment, right? We have to be the one that's first in line. So with all that said, it's really important that you separate yourself from the competition. Okay, so, and when you're presenting, it's not all about, well, I sold 17 homes for an average list price of this and this number of days. Well, you'll get beat by somebody who sold 18 homes, right? So most of the time, I know there's exceptions to this, but most of the time, consumers are going to make a decision on who to hire based on who they want to hang out with, right? Do they believe you can get the job done? And do they enjoy being with you, right? And have you spoken to them in an emotional way? So for example, let's say that every time that you have a closing, you make a donation to a homeless shelter. Or maybe one of the charities that speaks really to you is a pet rescue, right? Or maybe you make a donation to the Boys and Girls Club or something like that, right? We used to do this thing where we would write when we had a closing, we'd write a small check to this charity that was based out of Africa called Nothing But Nets, which was basically that. You remember when Larry Bird and Michael Jordan did that whole oh, I'm going to do it, bank it off there and bank it off there and nothing but net. Well, this charity named their thing named their organization Nothing But Nets, and it was to supply malaria nets, right? And a malaria net is like super cheap. Like you could buy it was like less than $1 a piece or something like that, and that would protect a family for like a month, right? I mean, literally, that's their version of a house, right? So we're gonna be interactive here in a couple minutes, but I want you to be thinking in the back of your mind, what do I believe in, right? What do I love doing? What's meaningful to me or to my family? How do I want to make a contribution to the world outside of selling homes, right? And I think that if you can incorporate that idea into your sales process, then you're going to get people that's really meaningful to them, right? And it could be something like, I will match a charitable donation to a charity of your choice up to a certain number of dollars. I don't know, maybe up to $30 or $25 or something like that. Many of us make a donation to KW Cares every time we have a transaction internally. We've been doing that at the office forever. I think we started in 2011, where we said in 2011 we will donate $11 from every closing, and it goes to KW Cares. 2012, $12 from every closing. I've been doing that ever since. So I've been giving $20 now every closing, for this year. And just that, I'm in the top couple of people of Keller Williams, Roswell donations every year, right? Imagine if you wrote a big check, right? So what I want you to do is we're going to move on to a couple other things that I want to chat about, but I want you to be mulling over in your brain, how can I separate myself from the next guy, right? I just don't want to go in there with the same templated presentation and say, hey, I'm Bill with Keller Williams, and this is what Keller Williams believes in, and this is, this is the website that you're going to be on and all that stuff. I want it to be a unique pitch, right? And just a small portion of the pitch should be unique, but it should be specifically around you and the things you believe in. Does that resonate with you guys? Do you agree with me? Is that something you already do? What do you think about that?
I think it's a great idea, Bill, to set ourselves apart from the next real estate agent, even though we're in the industry, as a whole. But I do think we should be unique with, for ourselves.
100%. And guys, it's really, it doesn't have to be that much. Like if I were to go into listing appointment and say, hey, just so you know, every time that I have a closing, that I have the honor of closing with a consumer in the marketplace, a buyer or a seller, I make a donation in the client's name to the local homeless shelter, right? And I just wanted, that's just something that's on my heart. It's one of the reasons why I got into the business, and I just wanted to share that with you. Let's say that Julian and I both do that, but I'm the only one that mentions it in the meeting. Who do you think they're going to hire?
You.
All other things equal, right, Julian? They're going to hire me. That's going to speak to them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to come back in just a couple of minutes. I want you guys to be brainstorming, and I want you guys to share a little bit at the end. All right, I want to go over a couple of other quick things. Number one, I want to just point out that I don't know the exact total, I didn't add it up, but 26 of us won tickets to Mega Camp. That is awesome, y'all. That is so awesome. Okay, so 26 of us are going to be going to Mega Camp. And I've already 6 agents who did not win a ticket on Friday. They're in the next drawing already. Okay. So we have 8 other people that I am working on one-on-one to make sure that they go to Mega Camp. Now, Mega Camp's not gonna be any fun if we don't have a really cool goal, right? Heather, what should our goal be at Mega Camp?
I think my goal is to learn how to, one, be productive with what I'm already doing, but to really improve and capitalize on everything that I learned so that I can really grow as far as my business and my data bank.
So how is that, hang on just a second, I'm trying to let one more person in it. Not used to doing this on my cell phone. Okay, so how would I measure that? I think that's a great idea, but how is that measurable?
I guess only for yourself, because it'd be hard to document that on paper other than just having more appointments and having more listings and more buyers. And I don't know how I'd measure it to other people.
Okay, so anytime that we set a goal, we want to try to make sure that it's what they call a SMART goal, right? most importantly, that it's measurable, right? Like if I want to quote lose weight, right? How much weight do I want to lose and when do I want to lose it by, so that I can actually say, yep, I did that. I checked it off. I checked it off. I got an idea for a goal. Y'all are going to think I'm a nut, but this is what I'm going to do. So I've only seen a tiny bit of the technology that we're going to be basically releasing, if you will, during MegaCamp, because there's going to be probably 50,000 agents at MegaCamp, and there's normally more like 18,000 or 20,000. And so they're going to have like all these cool like breakout meeting rooms and opportunities for you to meet agents across the country. I got a crazy idea that I think it should be your goal to meet one person from every state and add them to your database as a potential referral partner.
That's a cool idea. I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
Ebony, you're like already like, you probably already got half of them. I can see your mind like racing. Okay. I'm not saying that's got to be everybody's, but I'm highly recommending that you go into that building with a goal. Anyone else want to add to that?
Should we look for people that don't already have a referral in Georgia, or should we just be meeting people?
I mean, ideally, yes, that would be the case, but I don't think that that should be a question. You know, you say, oh, how long have you been in the business? Most of the time when somebody sees, like, there's going to be some form of an identifier on you, right? Oh, that's Rose Harrison from Roswell, Georgia, right? So you could say, oh, where is, let's say some little town outside of Houston or something, right? Oh, well, where's that little town outside of Houston? And then they'll say, oh, well, where's Roswell, Georgia? Say, oh, it's outside of Atlanta. And they'll say, oh, well, I got 17 agents that I work with outside of Atlanta, right? Then that person probably gets the short script a little bit, or they're probably super, super great, and that person should get. You can see what you can learn from that person. It makes sense. Don't say, I got a quick question for you. Do you have a relationship with anyone in Georgia? Because otherwise I can't meet you. Right.
Yeah, otherwise I'm not interested.
Right. I mean, you should just be out there meeting as many people as you can, because really Mega Camp is almost like a 24-hour, 7-day week or 24-hour, 4-day week experience, right? I mean, when the sessions are over, you're going to coffee with these people. You might meet them in the Mastery Lounge. You might meet them at the restaurant. You meet them early in the line at the bagel shop in the morning. I mean, you're there all the time. They might be sharing a hotel with you, right? So I would encourage you guys to really focus on being present when you're in that Mega Camp room, okay? Really focus on being present. All right. Couple of other little updates. So the recording day for this month, and I'm not just trying to change it around to try to like quiz you guys on it, but the recording day for this month is going to be Monday night. The reason I say that is just because of the way the calendar works. Okay, so the first week ended the 7th yesterday. So go ahead and please add your data, your results to the PC results page. We're already off to a really good start. I did want to let you know that we did end up with tied for the most listing appointments that we've ever had. We had the most GCI that our group has ever earned. Our group earned over $150,000 in GCI this month. So congratulations on that. That's phenomenal, you guys, 150 grand. And we, by far, had the most database ads we've ever had, although we did not hit our record or our goal. We were very close. We were about 200 off. So we've already had, let's see, 4 appointments held. One of those was a listing. We've already added 132 people to our database for the handful of people that have reported. So great job on that. If you could keep that updated, that'd be phenomenal. If you were missing anything from August, I still have those tabs open, so feel free to add to that. Okay. who wants to share some good news from the weekend? And then we'll go right back into the discussion on what makes you unique. Anyone want to share any cool
Can I ask a
opportunities they
question
had
real
this
quick?
weekend?
Can I ask a question real quick, Bill?
Yeah.
When we're putting our numbers, when we're working with like a buyer, where do we like account for that in the entries? Because I'm not sure where to put that.
Good question. So that would fall under total appointments set and total appointments held, right? And that would also fall under contracts written, right? You write an offer, and it would also fall under pendings when the deal itself goes under contract.
Okay, but nothing while you're just showing them houses, nothing till they actually like make an offer.
Well, you would have all.
Well, no, I mean like,
held an appointment. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I don't have it. Don't have it listed as a listings taken, if you will, like a buyer brokerage signed. Yeah. So basically, you get credit when you go on the appointment, or when you set the appointment, when you go on the appointment, when you write an offer, and when the offer goes pending.
All right, thanks.
Yep. Thank you. Any other questions on any of that? Okay. Tell me some good news from the weekend.
I have a buyer's lead.
My listing
Oh,
was
listen to
under
all of the voices
contract
talking on each other. I love it.
this weekend.
Hey, hang on. Who was first? Okay, now
You can go
everyone's silent. Okay, if your name starts with let's see, who was talking? I can't tell.
It's Ashley. I was
Ashley,
wondering.
you're up.
Now I have a buyer's lead for one of my friends. They're looking for a lake house. And I need to, I've got an appointment set to talk to her later today.
Okay, nice. That could be a big one, huh?
Yeah. Well, they want to spend like up to 650,000. So that could be, yes.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, who else?
My listing went under contract this weekend, and then I
There you
had
go.
a referral of a cash buyer. So we're looking for an investment property for the lady who was referred to me.
Awesome. Good job. Good job, Wanda. Who else?
I had 2 showings yesterday and put a contract in for one.
That's
Nice.
Marquia, right?
Yes.
Say that one more time.
I said I went on 2 showings yesterday and put a contract in for one.
Nice. Very good. We're also chatting about she's working with a buyer who is trying to sell their home with another agent and not very happy with that agent. So we're dancing the line by saying, well, you could read your contract and see what you're able to do. Right? You have to be very careful about that. Well, how do I get out of this listing agreement? I don't like the listing agent. I have to be super careful here, so I would encourage you to read your contract, probably for the first time. Okay? Good job. All right, let's do one more. Who else had a great weekend?
So I didn't, have like an appointment or anything, but somebody gave me a great idea for a next webinar.
Oh, cool. What was that?
They didn't outright say it, but my idea is to do a webinar on how to get into real estate, and my goal is to add those people that attend to my downline.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's just do a really quick review of that very, very fast. Okay, so if the person is, this is kind of the office's policy, if you will, although it's very informal. Okay, if the person is, quote, curious about real estate, we would direct them to a career day. Okay, we've been having career days twice a month. Okay, so if they're curious about real estate, meaning they've not enrolled in school, they don't have the money to enroll in school, it's just kind of like a thought, right? They go to career day. If the person is in school And certainly if the person is licensed, we want to get them in front of a leader as soon as possible.
Okay.
So those people would be myself, Aubrey, Susan, or Robin. Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, there's actually we've got a number of past team leaders and assistant team leaders in the office, so a lot of people could do it. If that person is in school, or certainly if they have their license, they need a meeting with the leader as soon as possible. And obviously, we're going to protect the referral. Hopefully, that goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. Okay. So those are great people that you can add to invite to Career Day, and I would encourage you to attend the Career Day with them since it's virtual.
Okay.
Rose, do you want to speak for just a quick second on your webinar experience this last week? How did that go?
Yeah, actually it went really, really well. Except for the very middle one. It was a 3-day webinar. It was about an hour each day. The very first day we talked about loans. The very second day we talked about inspections. And then the third day we talked about closing. So it was kind of like the process in order.
So she did 3 essentially home buyer seminars back to back to back. First day she invited a lender. Second day she invited a home inspector. Third day she invited a closing attorney. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And the inspection one, we had some technical difficulties. So that one was a little bit frustrating, but overall it was really great. And a lot of people attended, and even those that couldn't attend, they private messaged me and said like, hey, I can't wait to watch the recording. So, and I was able to add all those people to my database.
Beautiful. Okay, make sure that all those people are on a systematic touch. You guys all know that, a systematic touch, right? You get a thank you, video text or something like that, a handwritten note. They get a 3-way touch with the lender. They get a 3-way touch with all the vendors that they met. You're checking, they should all be on your pipeline, assuming that they are legitimate, right? Great work on that. I know you put a lot of effort into that. That's awesome. Great work.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I put them on the, you know how in Command you can do a tag?
Yeah, of course.
I created a webinar tag. I called it Webinar 1. And so everybody that attended, I added that tag to them so I could remember that they were a part of that.
I love that. Great job, Rose. Great job. Okay, let's talk for a moment about who's come up with an idea that they would like to share about what makes them unique in the real estate world. Why would I want to work with you rather than somebody else with, let's just say, the exact same level of knowledge or level of experience?
Well, one thing I was doing before, and this is only for certain potential clients, but for both of my kids' schools, I was, if I got a contact or a client from the school or from someone related to the school, I was giving back part of my commission back to the school. And so I would let, I went on a listing appointment and I let those people know that, that I was giving that money back to the school. And I also let the admissions directors of each of those schools know that. So if they, and sent them my business cards and, said, if there's anyone moving here from somewhere else to go to the school, if you'll pass this information along, and I'm giving, so much back to the school.
Okay, you said a portion of the commission and so much back. I know you're probably trying to be vague, but
no, I said no, just to you guys.
It shouldn't be anywhere. It should be like, probably less than $100, right?
Yeah. I mean, I said, I said the amount. And,
okay, we don't want to write checks for like a third of our salary or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just double checking. Who else? I like that one. Who else? Does anyone else want to share?
I'll go.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so not that we all don't work hard, But I think that one thing that separates me from other people is the way that my heart works. So, sum up a quick story of something that I've been doing is to I've been focusing on Facebook and pretty much social media, just kind of getting, that crowd and getting them back engaged. So I've taken our concept of dig deep, and I've decided to do that like really, really deep. So really quickly, it was a girl who I'd met years and years ago. We worked in a restaurant together, and we lost touch. And fast forward a couple years, I remember being in church. I was sitting there. I already had 2 kids in elementary school. I was pregnant with another one. I was literally sitting there crying because I couldn't figure out what to do with my life, because I'm like, I'm not married. I have 2 kids. My career isn't going where it's supposed to be. And out of nowhere, I hadn't seen this girl in a really, really long time. And she literally touched me on my shoulder. Church had ended. And she kind of like let me know that everything was going to be okay. And she hadn't realized that her doing that had been a chain of events pretty much in my life, kind of like to just get me back on track. And she's going through something really, really difficult right now. We don't keep in touch as much as we should, but something came up, across my heart. Hey, reach out to her. Her son just had an accident, really, really bad accident. He has to get reconstructive surgery on his face, broken ribs, arms, like just everything that could happen. It has happened. So I've decided that out of the people who I do know who have really meant something to me, let me go back to that moment of humbleness and kind of just reach out to them so they know that we connected on another level. And I feel like that is going to take me to so many different places in real estate, because when it's something just that true and that raw, they know that your intentions are really, really good. And, from that, I hope to build just a lot of clientele. But I've just been digging really, really deep with a lot of my touches. And I didn't realize that so many people meant the world to me. It just were influential. So I think that if I stay on that and they know that I can open up and tell them what it is that they did for me, that you already know like the level that I'm going to go to on a work ethics for you, because some things just need to be reciprocated whenever, and there's no time limit on it.
I love that, Ebony. I love that. And you know what? You're not, first of all, no one else is doing anything close to that, right? So they get a from the heart message from you, or a call from you, or whatever. It just like rockets you to the top of their like, I love this person list. You know what I mean? Because it's genuine, it's sincere, it's coming from the right place. And I think we talked about the other day, what happens if, like, let's just say you had 20 people or 25 people in your database that you had incredibly deep relationships with. Like, I'm talking about, what their cat's name is type relationships, right? And each of those people sent you one piece of business throughout the year. Potentially, you'd never have to call a stranger again, and you could just, count on 6 figures plus for the rest of your life. Wouldn't that be nice? Right? So how do we do that, right? We do that by getting raving fans. We get that by having people have incredible experiences working with us, and then being willing to share it to the world. Does that make sense? So that is it is definitely kind of a long-term approach. But many of the people that have been successful in this business have started and have always had that long-term vision. It wasn't about, how do I get a check today? It was about, how do I get a client today, nurture that client, improve the relationship every day for years, and then now this person is a cheerleader for me forever. Make sense? Awesome. Okay. I wanted to, by the way, I'm all caught up on Bold finally. Guys, I can't even tell you how important Bold is. You guys make plans. It's going to be the end of October. Be in that Bold room. Okay, we'll probably do more drawings. We are going to the well a lot with our vendors, but it's super important that you guys participate. I just want to read you guys a couple of things that I learned in Bold this time. Okay, one is doing the most important thing is always the most important thing. And that's like so elementary yet so deep at the same time, right? If lead generation is the most important thing, if sitting with your kids while they virtual learn is the most important thing, there's nothing more important than that. So nothing should get in the way. Okay. What will I stop doing so that I can do my most important work or most important thing? What will I stop doing so that I can do the most important thing? Who do I choose to, or I'm sorry, what do I choose to happen today? What do I choose to happen today? Not what do I have to do, right? Not, well, I got to go look at 3 homes for this buyer. Say, I get an opportunity. I choose to go and see these awesome 3 homes so that I can help this person have a better experience and not waste my time or his or hers. Does it make sense? So you got to do whatever you got to do, but it's the way that you approach it. It's not, what do I got to do today that's going to get in the way of all the other things I wish I could do. It's like, my goodness, like these are the things we get an opportunity to do. So think about it that way, right? What are the 5 highest impact conversations that I will have today? And you go have those 5 conversations first, right? What are the 5 highest impact conversations that I will have today? And at least one of those could be a gratitude call, like Ebony. I'm so grateful for this, that you did this for me a long time ago. I was thinking about you today. Just want to know, I want you to know how much I care for you and your family, whatever it is. Okay. And what is the best opportunity I have to secure a listing today? And go pursue that. What is the best opportunity I have today to secure a listing? Okay. All right. I'm going to read you one last line. The purpose of life is to truly live before you die. And the purpose of business is to fund that truly perfect life. So the question is, are you willing to live life at the highest level? Are you willing to live life at the highest level? Okay. Nothing, guys, I've read this line to you 1,000 times. Everything worthwhile is uphill, and no one accidentally goes uphill. Okay. Everything worthwhile is uphill, and no one accidentally goes uphill. All right. Y'all have an awesome day today. All of the one-on-one coaching sessions are on for those that had a coaching session Monday. Everyone I've moved to Tuesday, so please don't forget your rescheduled time and go report your numbers so we can start off the month strong. And I'm going to encourage you to spend at least a couple of minutes today with absolutely no distraction and hunker down as the CEO of your organization and say, why am I unique? How am I going to, what am I going to adopt, right? How am I going to share that with the world? And how is that going to energize my daily activities, right? How is that going to energize my daily activities? All right, y'all. The YouTube channel is updated as well. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bar. And I will see you later.
Thanks, Bill.
Bye-bye.